Hey everyone, Alex from cnc-o-rama here today, and I want to talk to you about 3D sketching in Fusion, or more specifically how to avoid 3D sketching because it's so tedious and it's very hard to make a parametric model using 3D sketching. So I tend to try to make everything somewhat parametric, if not completely parametric, while I'm modeling, so that's important to me. So let me just show you this example I have. So I've actually created this pipe model based on a solid model as my construction geometry. So if you look at this, I can actually very easily manipulate this. If I turn on this sketch, I can drag this corner around. So it's kind of like working with Play-Doh here. Once I get this all set up, I can really do what I want. So as an example, I'm going to show you how this is done on this model of an off-road vehicle. So I'm going to create a new component, and in this case, I'm mostly doing that just to make the colors work a little bit better. So I got a new component. I'm going to create a sketch, and I'm going to choose this mid-plane here. And I'm going to project the floor onto that midplane because I'm going to need the floor in my sketch. And then I'm just going to do a rectangle from some point on the floor up here. And I'm going to leave this intentionally unconstrained. So now I want to extrude this, and I'm going to just bring it out kind of arbitrarily somewhere out there. New body is what I want. Okay, now under modify, I'm going to do chamfer, and I'll chamfer this corner here. I'll bring it down quite a ways. Now I'm going to click F on my keyboard for fillet. So I'm going to fillet these two edges. And then I'll fillet this edge here. All right, so that's my beginning shape. Now I need to create another sketch, and I'm gonna create it on the XY plane here. Same plane that I started on. Even though I chose a plane, none of these lines are actually gonna be on that plane. So I'm gonna go to create, project include 3D geometry. Get these three edges. And then get the edges along this chain right here, basically. And if I go finish sketch, I can turn off the visibility of this body. And now I can see that 3D geometry. So up here, I'm going to go create pipe. So I'll select these edges. So I'll do a 3-inch diameter pipe with a 1/4 inch thickness. And then I need to go back into that sketch and turn the visibility back on. So I can do another one of those. So I'll do a pipe again. Select this edge. And I'm going to do it a little bit smaller, do a 2.5 diameter pipe. So I want this to be joined. So I want these two pipes to be joined. And now I can go to mirror. Select this body, and then my mirror plane, I can actually select the face of the pipe there, join, okay. And if I activate the Jeep, the top level component here again. So it looks like a roll cage more or less. It's not quite like the roll cage I want. It kind of comes forward a little bit too far. So let's see what we can do. So if I turn back on sketch 1, I can actually drag this back because this is all dependent on that. So I can get it to right where I want it, which that looks pretty good there. And same with the back, and I can drag this back a little bit. And then as far as the height, maybe it's a little bit too tall. I can bring this down a little bit. So I'll turn off that sketch now. And then if I turn on body 1, what I can do on body 1 is turn the opacity control down to 20% just so I can see through it. So now if I click Q on my keyboard, I can adjust some of these dimensions. And then I can also adjust like the outer dimension and really dial in the location of the foot of this. All right, so that looks good to me. That looks like a roll cage I'd be happy with. So this is a fairly simple example where these pipes are really kind of 2D. I could have done this with 2D modeling, but I'd be curious to see what you can do with the same concept. So thanks for watching, like, subscribe, all that stuff.